Good evening, everyone. I need to tell you that I'm not going to show any live stream like I usually do. This is our weekly 30 minutes meditation, and I will give you one example why it's so important, or a couple of examples to see how important it is nowadays in the crisis that we are living. It's so important to meditate deeply. What is meditation? Meditation is to go beyond the mind, to control the mind. And the mind cannot be controlled with the mind. The mind can be controlled with the energy. And this is what we are going to do today. To practice some breathing exercises, but I want you to stay put, those who are not going to participate in the meditation, because I have a story. It's a little sad, but there is nobody to blame. I have a friend. Hi Eileen, how are you doing? I have a very good friend who lost her mother not really due to COVID, but because went to the hospital, and the official treatment from the World Health Organization doesn't do any good. A week later, the father died of stomach complications. And the whole family, imagine they lost their parents. That was a couple of months ago, or less, a month ago. They were feeling guilty, they didn't do enough, because several things that we are not going to judge. And then, 10 days ago, she came to visit me with a sister who was very worried because she was feeling guilty that the mother died because she had COVID. She didn't have COVID. She was just coughing. And with this fear-mongering propaganda that we have when people watch the news, unfortunately, and this idea that everybody's contagious and this is a pandemic and all that lies, this young woman developed a guilt, a remorse feeling so deep that was controlling her mind. And this is one of the reasons we need to practice meditation. Now, they came to visit me 10 days ago, and I did the impossible to let her know that she didn't need to feel guilty. The mother got sick for any reason that we don't even know. There is nobody to blame. So they came on a Saturday. We stayed like over an hour talking, and I explained everything, that the test is faulty, that she cannot say I had the bug because of the test, and a lot of things. 5 days later, this young woman commits suicide. There is nobody to blame. And my point is this. She was on the mind all the time. She was on her mind, and she couldn't get out of the mind. And we need to be able to control the mind. In the times that we are living, with so many news, we need to develop a strong mind that we are not affected for what is going on. So, as I was saying before, the ones who are going to participate in the meditation, you can stay, and the others watch something else. And as I was saying at the beginning, we cannot control the mind with the mind. We cannot tell the mind, shut up, I don't want any thoughts. I suggest you to read the book The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle, where he teaches in a very simple way, even though it's not that easy to understand, He teaches how to be in the present moment. When we are meditating, what we are doing is with exercises, breathing exercises, to calm the breathing. That calms the heart. And there is an entrainment, a connection between the heart and the mind. And only then the mind can be controlled. But in the process of the breathing and meditation exercises, we are controlling the energy that maintains this body alive. And what we are doing with some pranayamas that we are going to practice today is to focus, concentrate the energy on our spine, which is the energy spine that we have. Okay, Peter asks if meditation can rid of anxiety that has hurt me every day for the last 40 years. Yes, Peter, but I invite you also to participate on the group healing sessions, the global healing sessions. We did one 2 weeks ago. Because anxiety is not that easy, anxiety. When people have anxiety, they have toxic energies that we call energy blockages, usually in the center, the sacral center or chakra. We have, chakra means wheel of energy, or spinning wheel. We have energy centers, we have 7 of them along the spine. And what we are going to do, Peter, is to move the energy up and down. And eventually, through daily meditation, we will be able to control our minds. Now, meditation is not to practice once a week or once a month. We are doing our weekly group meditation or global meditation to get used to meditate every day. In the same way that we wash our body, we cleanse our body with a shower every day or twice a day or sometimes more. And we feed our body ideally with good nutritious food free of toxins. We need to cleanse and feed our energy body. So Peter, there is a possibility that you have energy blockages. It's more likely. What happened 40 years ago? Did you have an event in your life that after that you felt the anxiety every day? I am an energy healer. I am an electronic engineer, internet marketer, but life took me to practice energy healing, and I love it because it's in the realm of the energy, what I did when I was electronic engineer. And I am internet marketer. That's why our community grew from 750 rich people and 20,000 people following this page, that is an informational page, to today 46 million and 125,000. Well, I use my skills on internet marketing, but most of all is the love to help people, the love to inform people with the truth. So I am an energy healer, Peter, and if you want to send me a message, maybe I do distance healing, things like that, but I offer the free group distance healing so everybody can benefit. So we are going to start practicing our meditation. But the important thing is this. Meditation, as I just mentioned, is not to be practiced once a week or once a month. We need to practice every day as soon as we wake up. I wake up, I do some exercises, or I have a shower, I do some energization exercises, and then I meditate. And I meditate before going to sleep. I've been doing this for 42 years. This is why it's easy for me, I know. But we need to develop that. Meditation is the best way to develop the intuition and to develop our discernment, the discrimination to know what is right and what is wrong. When I would love you to tell me where are you from, the people who are in Facebook. for example, when I do the live videos that I just repost streamers that are in Ottawa, following the convoy, the Freedom Convoy in Ottawa, Canada, I can instantly see the ones that are spam. And after a few weeks, seeing that people are putting commercials, are trying to pretend that they are dating, and what they want to do is to make friends with people from the community to start spying and undermining what we are doing. So this is intuition. So we need to develop Okay, Joanne had a very good point. Peter start with 5 minutes, but you will see Peter and Joanne from Alberta, Canada, another patron from Alberta. You will see Peter. Just do the effort. I am going to give the instructions and we practice in silence for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Do the effort and half an hour will go by quickly. Okay, we are going to start. It's important the posture. We sit straight without touching the back. And the reason is very easy. Since we are going to practice these pranayamas that are moving the energy up and down the spine, if we lay on the back in the point where we touch with the spine, the energy cannot go further anymore. It will be stopped. We need the energy to flow up and down the spine. So we sit with the spine straight. If you sit on the floor, it's fine. And we put our hands on the junction of our, I put it under my belt so they don't fall, on the junction of the thighs and the abdomen. We take the shoulders back and then we relax. And we pretend that we have a rope on the top of our head that is pulling up. So we sit very straight and without any movement. It's extremely important because the practice of meditation is to retrieve the energy from our senses, the 5 senses, and concentrate, focus all that energy on the spine. The second very important point that we put our attention on the spiritual eye, which is the center of our willpower. And the eyes, we lift the eyes gently up without forcing. When the eyes are looking down, we are in the subconscious and we fall asleep. When the eyes are looking straight, horizontal, we are in the conscious mind. But when the eyes are up, it's much easier to connect with the superconscious. That this is what we want to do. When we are in this superconscious state, we feel a deep peace. Takes a little practice. All right. With the focus on the spiritual eye, the eyes gently lifted up, and the hands on the junction of the thighs and the abdomen, we are going to take a deep breath as much as we can, and we tense the whole body. And we do it 2 more times. We do that for 2 reasons. One is when we tense the whole body, we are squeezing the carbon dioxide out of the muscles. And the carbon dioxide will be released through our lungs. If we have too much carbon dioxide, the lungs needs to breathe faster, so we won't be able to calm the heart and then calm the mind. So we do it 2 more times. We breathe deeply and tense the whole body. The eyes lifted gently up and with attention on the spiritual eye. And we are going to connect with the right energy. Meditation is to apply all our concentration or focus to know the divinity, the spirit. This is the goal of meditation. So make a prayer to the spirit in the way you are used to. To connect with the spirit and only with the spirit, not with the universe, not with anything else. The universe is a physical part, and in the universe there is the good, the bad, and the ugly. We connect with the spirit behind the creation. Our Heavenly Father, or Divine Mother, or friend, beloved God. And when we meditate, we do it with reverence, because we are here to connect with the spirit, with our real self, our spirit, or our soul. And from the point of attention on the spiritual eye, we are going to observe our breathing. Just observe how the lungs expand and contract on each inhalation and exhalation for a few minutes. With attention on the spiritual eye. We don't force the breath, we just observe the breathing. Now we are going to add a mental repetition. When we inhale mentally, we are going to say, "Thou art in me." And what we are saying is that the spirit manifests as a consciousness and energy which is present in the whole creation, and especially in the air that we breathe. So when we are breathing and incorporating this prana, this energy that is in the oxygen, in the air that we breathe, through our lungs into our body, but not only our physical body, but also the energy body that we have. So when we inhale and mentally say, "Thou art in me," We have the consciousness that we are incorporating and breathing the energy, the prana that is in the air. And when we exhale, we mentally say, I am in thee, without forcing the breath, without modifying the natural inhalation and exhalation. We relax the mind. We are going to practice a pranayama. Pranayama means to control through the breathing the energy that flows through the spine, in the same way that we have the bones, the physical spine, we have an astral or energy spine with all the energy centers or chakras. There is a little drawing if you want to take a look only once. Always with attention on the spiritual eye. When we breathe, we visualize that the energy enters through the base of the spine, the first chakra. Before that, we visualize that the spine, there is a tube of energy that starts at the base of the spine, goes up the spine, the neck, to the medulla oblongata at the base of the skull, on the neck, the back of the head, goes up to the brain and to the front, to the spiritual eye, the point between the eyebrows. So we are working on our energy body, on this tube of energy. When we inhale energy through the first chakra, the base of the spine, goes up this tube of energy to the second chakra below the navel and is stored there. When we exhale that energy from the second chakra in all directions towards the infinite. For those who don't know where the chakras are, the first chakra is at the base of the spine, the second like about an inch below the navel, also in the spine. The third, or solar plexus, is where the ribs on the front of our body ends, the soft part, the esophagus, somewhere there. The heart chakra in the middle of the chest, the throat chakra in the middle of the neck, the medulla oblongata at the back of the neck, or the head on the neck, where the base of the skull ends, and the spiritual light on our forehead. So we are going to go one by one. Let's do it again. We inhale through the first chakra, goes up the spine through this tube of energy, and the energy is accumulated on the second chakra, below the navel. And when we exhale that energy from the second chakra in all directions towards the infinite. Now we inhale through the second chakra, the energy goes up to the solar plexus and is stored there. And when the exhalation comes, we exhale that energy in all directions towards the infinite. We exhale through the solar plexus, the energy goes up this tube of energy to the heart chakra in the middle of the chest, in the spine, and it is stored there. And we exhale it in all directions towards the infinite. We inhale through the heart chakra, the energy goes up to the throat chakra in the middle of the throat, the neck, is accumulated there, and during the exhalation we release it in all directions towards the infinite. We inhale through the throat chakra, the energy keeps going up to the medulla oblongata, is here at the back of the neck, is accumulated there, and we exhale that energy on all directions towards the infinite. Remember to have the attention on the spiritual light. We inhale through the medulla oblongata, the energy goes up the brain, cross the brain, and goes to the front to the spiritual light. It's accumulated there, and we exhale it in all directions towards the infinite. Now we do exactly the same in reverse order, going down chakra by chakra. If we forget a chakra, don't worry. If you don't know exactly the position, don't worry. Just have the intention. And we go in each breathing cycle from one chakra to the next one. Down, now, and then up, down, up and down. Let's relax the mind. Now we are going to visualize the energy going up from the base of the spine, going up this tube of energy all the way to the spiritual eye, going through all the energy centers or chakras, the medulla oblongata, and reaching the spiritual eye. And when the inhalation comes by itself, we never force the breathing. We accommodate the visualization to the natural flow of our breath. When the inhalation comes, we are on the spiritual. The exhalation comes after the inhalation is finished. There is a space of time. We just focus on that empty space between inhalation and exhalation. And when the exhalation comes on its own, we move the energy down the spine, back to the brain, down the medulla oblongata, through all the spine, until it reaches the base of the spine or root chakra. So in one breathing cycle, we move the energy up during the inhalation from the first chakra to the spiritual eye, and down from the spiritual eye, going down the spine to the base of the spine, the root chakra. And we practice this, moving the energy up and down on each breathing cycle. Let's relax the mind, and we just put our attention on the spiritual eye, the eyes gently lifted for a few minutes, for 2-3 minutes. Let's relax the mind. Half an hour has gone by. And let's be thankful that we can get together from all over the world to have this moment of peace, to control the mind with the energy, and from that peace nothing can bother us. For that we have to meditate every day. Let's make a prayer, each one on your own, on its own, on his own. Especially thinking of from this opportunity to meditate together. And now we are going to do a healing prayer. This is the time to pray, to ask God for something that we need. And we're going to do this healing prayer in our minds for the courageous trackers in Canada, for the courageous people in Canada helping the trackers. And we are going to repeat mentally. I just give you a hint. The divine consciousness is a consciousness that made the whole creation. So in our mind we are going to say, divine consciousness flow through all the trackers in Canada. and we visualize them all surrounded by a white healing light. Divine consciousness flow through the people of Canada supporting them. Divine consciousness flow through all people from Canada, including JT, the Prime Minister. And we don't have to ask. We are asking whatever the Spirit wants to be for the highest good, for the Canadian people, for the truckers, for everyone. Divine consciousness flow through all the truckers of the world, on each one in every country, planning their convoys for freedom. Flow through them. Divine consciousness flow through all the activists that go to the street for freedom. They are doing it for us, for our children. Divine consciousness flow through all the people who don't want the medication. Divine consciousness flow through the ones who took the medications against their will, for work, for travel, for whatever, and the ones who regret having taken them. Divine consciousness flow through everyone else in the planet. Doesn't matter what they have chosen. And we visualize our whole planet surrounded by a bright light, removing toxic energies that may be impairing their discernment, their intuition, the capacity to see the truth. Divine consciousness flow through me, meaning every one of us, for the highest good. And then each one of us asks for anything that we need. Health, courage, to get rid of fear, guilt, remorse, anger. This convoy in Canada is an example. They were comparing it with Gandhi's protest. Let's ask for anything that we need, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, that we need help with. Divine consciousness flow through me, and then you continue to ask what you need. Divine consciousness flow through us, that we have the courage to go through this crisis with grace, with an even mind, without getting angry, without anger, without depression, without sadness, with courage. Whatever it may come, we will accept it, and we will go through that. We can ask the Divine Consciousness to flow through any friend, relative who may be needing help. Always with the attention on the spiritual eye, which is the broadcast, the transmitter to the Divine Consciousness, to the Spirit. Let's remember all the love, the support that we are seeing every day in Canada is an example for the world. This is the awakening of consciousness on humankind that is happening. We need to do it with peace. There is nothing wrong to go out and protest or do a convoy, but with peace. Ideally, we need to keep the peace that we gather during the meditation, to do whatever we can. If we live by ourselves, don't engage on Facebook and YouTube, on the computer. Try to be in silence, enjoying the evening, the night, the morning in Australia, if you can. If you're with your family, whoever, try to keep that peace as much as you can. Hola Clau, ¿cómo te va? And just listen to this video if you want to meditate every day. And the last part is very important, when we just focus for the last 2-3 minutes on the spiritual eye. We do a prayer, and then we ask the Divine Consciousness in the way that we did it. And we didn't ask for anything in particular. We just ask for the Divine Consciousness to flow through humankind. And this consciousness knows what is better for each one of us. I want you to if you want to receive an email, a reminder of our meditations, this is the only thing. And the other reason is we never know how long this page will stay up. I'm going to put the link for the sign up forms. And we are really doing an effort not to post anything that will upset the you know who. Hello Michelle, I am in California too. Okay, I'm going to put the link. You can sign up for our meditations or mastermind groups, the group healing sessions, or for general information. There is a lot of information that we cannot send, we cannot post here. Gracias, I'm sorry, thank you Melinda. And we may send emails, so we are all informed, well informed. There are a lot of information that we cannot share on our page. Our page is to share the good information, everything that we can, and to support each other. Good night. I love you all. I'm going to be in an expo, so I don't know when I'm going to do. Well, it doesn't matter. Good night. So again, if you want an email that reminds you of our weekly meditations, just go to that link and put your email. We are not going to use it for absolutely anything else, only in an emergency case. And may the force will be with all of us. Good evening, good night. Bye everyone. Hola Clau. Hi Eileen. Ashton, you did the same thing, Ashton, last time. ¿Cómo te va, Clau? Mi página de Facebook hoy llegó a 46 millones de personas alcanzadas o sea que los posts fueron a 46 millones de personas en las últimas 4 semanas. Está creciendo 1 millón por día. Yo no lo hice, Dios lo ha hecho. Buenas noches, good night, Eileen, everyone else. Ashton Salazar, what do you mean by whatever you say there? Good night.